Now, a mass demonstration against lockdown has taken place in central London as dozens of MPs urge the government to change the law to allow peaceful protest. Police say thousands have taken to the streets, with some being detained. Our Home Affairs correspondent Tom Simons has more.
A year since the lockdown became a part of our lives, thousands took to the streets to protest against it. They called it a vigil for the voiceless, a loose coalition of people, as many views as there were placards. Those views include a long list of conspiracy theories. Perhaps one thing united them, a feeling that individual rights have been a casualty of the battle against COVID, including the right to protest. The police commander for today's event told me he had weighed that right against the COVID rules, the blanket ban on gatherings. His view, everyone here is breaking the law.
The current health protection regulations, coronavirus regulations, are very clear that it is unlawful to meet more than one person outside or one household to another household, which you can do for recreational purposes, and there are some exemptions, but protest is not one of those exemptions. Now, of course, everybody has a right to protest. Protest is not unlawful, but gatherings of this size are unsafe, and they are.
There aren't enough officers to arrest everyone taking part, though police, watching from this control room, did plan to, quote, manage the numbers down. There were protests around the world. This was Germany. And people marched in Austria too. Back in London this evening, the protesters had broken up into smaller groups. The police say it would have been much better if they hadn't come at all. Tom Simons, BBC News, Central London.
Hundreds of anti-lockdown protesters have been marching through the capital this afternoon despite police warnings to avoid demonstrations due to COVID restrictions. Maskless demonstrators marched from Hyde Park to Westminster. It comes as the nation eases itself out of its third lockdown, with measures next set to relax from the 29th of March. And in Brixton, protesters gathered to take part in an anti-racism rally. It's part of a worldwide protest which has seen more than 20 countries link up online, live streaming the events in their cities.